Alright, so here's everything that will come in your Warmachine Deluxe tray. All the parts that you're going to need. So to assemble this, we're going to go ahead and do a quick tutorial for it. So you just want to make sure everything fits dry. Make sure everything's mocked up the right way. All right. Put a little dab of glue on all of it. Put everything in its slot. If you get a little too much glue, just put it out with your finger a little bit. And that will be the assembly of the guides for the inside of the box. We'll go ahead and move that out of the way. And now we'll take these four that you have right there, pop them out, like so. All right, after you get them all popped out, just take a little bit of bead glue, just run a little quick thing on them, right there on the corner where the joints come together. Put enough on there so when you fold them up towards each other, you get the glue in the crevice. Take them like that, and just fold them up. We'll let those dry for about 10 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to do an assembly of the drawer. The same way, you have two drawers. Push this out of the way. Move everything up. Two drawers. You're going to get two of these. I like to just lay them in front, face the emblem down, make sure it slides in the same way on both of them. You're going to get four of these, which are the same. They'll have a wide opening in the back. Just stick them in there. And you'll get another set of two, which are the back inserts. And just make sure you put them all together, just to make sure you have them all going the right way. Make sure it's all dry fitted up. You'll see that they go together really nice. And then you'll just glue them together. I'll do one real quick for you. I like to just take the glue, just run a little bit. You really don't need a whole lot of glue. Just run straight across the openings. I'm going to try to keep the glue to the inside of the openings. And the same thing, the corresponding side, just put a little bit on the tabs. A little there, a little there. Go ahead, put it in. Same thing on the other side, on the inside of the tabs, just so you can get a little bit of glue coverage. I mean, your models are going to be on these, so you want to make sure you guys don't get too, you want to have some glue on there and make sure everything stays together really nice. Same thing on the back side, the back wall. Come on, glue. Put a little on the inside of the tab, right there. There. Put it there. And then do the same for the front. I like to just push them together and then run a nice bead down the center like that. Add a little bit there. Put it on. Now, the only place you don't want to have any excess glue is along the outside, because that's where your rail will sit. So just take a little piece of the wood that you have from another piece and just slide it across just to wipe the excess off. And what I like to use, because you know wood glue expands, I'll actually take the box, flip it over, make sure it's all in, wipe the glue off the bottom of it, and then just take a couple books just to put a little bit of pressure on it, and that'll just make sure everything stays flush with one another. And just double check your joints with your fingers and make sure they're all lined up. And you'll let those dry for about 10 minutes. Alright, so now that both drawers are put together, wood glue does expand a little bit, guys, so just make sure while you have a couple books on top of it, you just go back and press your corners together. Wood glue does like to expand a little bit, just to make sure everything is tight. Alright, so let's go on to the assembly of the box. Let's bring back these parts that should be dried up by now. Your center bracket, it'll only go in one way, so just dry fit it to make sure you have it in the correct manner. One side has a notch, the little notch goes down for the side wall. So now that you have, these should be nice and tacky. These actually just go into the slot right there, and we'll glue those in here in a second. I'll show you guys a little quick right there, and that's it. I'm going to glue some of those in, just on the corners there. A little bead on the inside, a little bead on the inside. Put it in. Just like so. And once you start putting the whole box together, you'll see how everything holds on to itself. Like so. Alright, just to save some time, I go ahead and just finished up those corners there. Alright, so you can take your centerpiece, remember, little notch there goes down. There's a little bit of glue right down the middle joints on both sides of the tabs. And as well on this side. Point that in there. While the box is still apart, it's a good time to take a little piece like this and just take it and run it across just to make sure you take all the excess glue off the inside of the track, because that's what your drawer slides on. If you guys have any glue on there, it'll hang up and it'll be a little tight in the beginning. So just do that. All you're doing is just taking it off on the inside. You don't have to worry about that because the drawer doesn't touch that. So now, add a little glue to here. And you'll just stand that one up. I'm sorry. In between these two tracks is where you're going to add a little bit of glue, because that's where the side will come together. And we're only going to glue in one side for right now. And then we'll bring that side up. Go ahead and get it in. Take that one side out of the way. Stand it up. Make sure I got you in camera. Like so. The other big piece, this is the center support, or the top. And just like the bottom, just dry fit it in and make sure all your tabs line up. Once you see that everything goes in really nice, take it back out. Lay it straight down the way it came back out. A little glue there on all these little tabs there. And down the center one. Go back and add a little bit to the sides of the ones there. Both sides. The very bottom hole. Almost forgot. Put a little glue on the top of this, because this will attach glue there. Stand it up. You do the same, just wipe off the excess glue. I like to do it as quick as you can, only because it comes off easier. Use your hands, fingers. Now that that's set up, this side will do the same thing. So now we'll just add it across the top. Glue. Oops, not that side. Like so. Then you'll do the same here. I like to just stand it up so you can see it. Just add a little glue to the top of that one. That one. And then right in between of those, of that one, and then a little bit to the top side of the tabs. And all this time this glue's starting to tack up, so it'll go together really, really good once you start putting it together. And you'll just insert it in. Wipe off the excess. Set it back down. Once again, just take a little piece, all the glue that you can see right there, wipe it out because that's where your tray inserts go. Spin it around. If you have any on the other side, do the same. Press down. Take a couple more books you can lay right in the middle. Just right there. Just to make sure that center support has a little bit of weight on it. And let that dry for a little while. There's no really exact time. I just let it dry for about an hour or so. Just I want to make sure my glue is nice and sit up. Make sure you get all the glue out of the crevices, and then let it sit there. All right. So now you can bring back the drawers. You bring them back, just kind of make sure everything's going together really good. All the corners are staying nice and tight. Keep it upside down, just press down on it. You'll make sure that everything goes all the way in and it's seated. Same thing with your other drawer. Just make sure everything's going together really good. Everything's holding it really nice and tight. Everything in the drawer works with one another, so you want to make sure everything is properly seated in one another. While we work on one, continue to let that one dry. We're going to go over to the handle of the drawer, which is this and this. Pop 3 out, and then you'll need one. Put a little glue on it. On both sides. Just go ahead and insert it. Put enough glue that it fills up really nice, because you do pull on these, and some people do tend to carry their drawers with these. So the better the bond, the better off you are. Like so. Then what I like to do is take 2 of the inserts and just lay them behind it, so the drawer will stand up. Push that through. Then once you figure out where you want it, just pull it back a little bit, and then just lay a little strip of glue, so that when you slide it forward, it actually goes into it. Center it up, and then just take your finger and wipe off the excess. So leave it like that. And you'll want to let that set up for a while. Alright, so I went ahead and I just finished up the other handles. I just put the other one on the drawer. So now that the handles are on those boxes, we'll go ahead and bring back the box. You're going to have these 2 front pieces left. They're both the same. The way these work is these go on the front, like that, and they hold the actual drawer into it. So make sure you do not put this on until the drawer goes in. So take the drawer. We probably had about half-hour lapse. We just stopped the video. You'll go ahead and stick the drawer back into it. It should slide in just as easy as that. If it didn't, then the glue probably pulled up on one of the things. You'll have to just take it apart and just re-glue it and make sure the joints all stay together. You want it to slide in and out like that. So just go ahead and stick one side in. Go ahead and put your faceplate, just line it up. Get yourself a glue. And the same thing, right on the joints, on the tabs. There's a flat surface here and here, so you're going to want to put glue right at the end. Go ahead and pull it away, put a little on that tab, and then pull it up, because that's going to give us some surface strength on both sides. and then right there, right along those little tabs, and then you'll do the same to the corresponding tabs on this side. You just need a little bit. You don't want to overdo it because then it'll get into the drawer and it'll glue the drawer shut. So after you put the glue on there, slide it into its hole, stand it right up, and then work it into itself. Once you have it in, go ahead and hold the top and open the drawer. You don't want to have the drawer, you don't want to have all that glue dry and the drawer closed, because you can see the little bit of glue that's on top. Go ahead and wipe that off with your finger. Pull the drawer out. Make sure you push the faceplate in so the glue comes out. Turn your box around. I have a little excess glue there. I'll do the same thing again. I'll just take a little excess piece of wood that came holding the faceplate in. Just run along the bead just to take off the excess glue. That's it. You do the same thing on the other side. Put your drawer in. Just slide in really nice. Go ahead and close the drawer so it's out of your way. Put your piece there. And then apply your glue. And you're going to do the same thing once again on the little tabs right up the side there. Also, you want to put it on the sides here. I forgot to show it to you on the other side. We want a little bead up the sides of them as well, because they hold on to the box as well. Add your little right there. The corresponding tabs there. Open the drawer a little bit. Fish it right around. Start for one side and work it in. Wipe off the excess glue all the way around it. Take your extra piece of wood or little spare pieces that you've broken off from removing the tab. Hold on to the faceplate. Sometimes that happens because I push too hard, but it's okay. Push it right back into place. Wipe off the glue once again. And then all you want to do is just get rid of that extra glue. And smooth it out with your finger. Make sure your drawers fill up nice and good. Give it a good firm push on the tabs. Open your drawer, and then you get 6 of these, six like this, 6 like that. Still in view. You can go ahead and put these in if you want now, but they go on one way. And if you still have glue drying, you're not going to want to put them in there, because then obviously you'll glue the insert into it, and you don't want to glue the insert in there because they're meant to be moved around for whatever game you're playing, unless you want it to stay stationary. So you put 3 and 3. Inserts go in, and then it closes. But like I said, don't put those in there until you know the glue is all dried all the way around. You don't want to glue those in by accident. So once you're there, you'll also receive the insert holders, and they slide right in. And your 6 inserts that you will get with your set. And that's it.